Hey YouTube, I'm Ben of Only Foam Darts, and today I'm giving my 2-year review on Eli Wu's Momentum. For those of you that don't know, Momentum is a electronic 2-stage brushless flywheel blaster that was designed by Eli Wu and out of darts. I first fell in love with this blaster after seeing it in a video on YouTube, and then just a few months later I got to try it for myself at FoamCon 2022. And then fast forward a year later of June of 2023, I got to join the first order of Momentum from out of darts, and then just a month later, I finally had one in my hands. Since then, Momentum has been the only flywheel blaster that I've owned in the last 2 years. I've used this Momentum at APOC 2023, local and competitive events. I use it at Maryland Foam Pro 2024, Maryland Mayhem, UMBC HVZ 2024, and BPOC 2024. Momentum was designed to be a sidearm with primary level performance and is an absolute powerhouse of a blaster.
Got one! Got one in front of me, Kevin!
With its 2-stage brushless flywheels, it has insane spin up time, and the neutron solenoid is insanely responsive.
Kyle's down! 4-5, 4-5! Will's out! Back shot! Will's down! One! Let's go!
For about a year and a half, this is how I decided to run Momentum without a stock, a vertical foregrip, and a red dot sight. With the neutron solenoid being as fast as it was, my preference of play on the Momentum quickly became using only semi-auto and just being able to tap the trigger as fast as I wanted for a really nice control rate of fire and being able to shoot as many darts as I wanted down the field.
Let's go. All right, people are pushing in.
Spicy play. Both teams are mirroring each other's positions. I can't tell. Rob is taking his favorite spot on the head of the snake. Close. All right, cool. Rob's moving up on the snake. What will?
No, there's the snake again.
One down.
Oh, we got
One
some
down
folks
Ray's
pushing
team.
in by the
Two down
Dorito.
Ray's team. Ben's going for his favorite flank on the side. Chris is unaware. He is tagged.
Oh.
Can Dean manage? It's last man standing.
Oh, we got some
And it's
men
elimination.
by the snake again. Oh.
Momentum's 2-stage flywheels, it can hit up to and over actually 200 FPS, and with its printed P-car muzzle here, with new darts, the groupings are actually pretty tight and pretty respectable for a flywheel blaster. Momentum is definitely one of the lightest and most compact brushless blasters that's out there right now. Here's a quick comparison next to a Spamf. You can see that the Spamf is definitely longer than Momentum, and the Momentum isn't that much taller than the Spamf is. And for the power output that you get, it makes Momentum super nice to come in and kind of choke up on. It lets you get really close to cover and keeps you safe behind cover. And its size makes it super maneuverable as well. Performance-wise, Momentum is everything that you would want in a competitive flywheel blaster. It can hit up to 200 FPS, it has insanely quick spin-up times, it's very responsive, and with new darts, it has really tight groupings for a flywheel blaster. But there are some downsides to consider. The first downside of this blaster is the price. This blaster is not cheap with a starting price of $650. This is a very expensive blaster and it's definitely not meant for the average nerfer. But after 2 years of heavy use, I can happily say that I've not experienced any major problems, and Momentum has always performed exactly as I expected to. Even though it's expensive, I definitely think that it was worth the price that I paid for. Momentum was money well spent. And here is problem number 2. Momentum is very power hungry. I have to own 5 4S lipos just to ensure that I can run Momentum at full power all day. Momentum requires a lot of power. With its 4 motors and solenoid, I need to swap a lipo probably every 4 to 5 games just to make sure that Momentum can be at full power. And there have also been times where I've forgotten to check the voltage of Momentum, and I've had Momentum and seen other people's Momentum die in the middle or the beginning of a match. I should also mention that each of these lipos cost about $20, so owning 5 of these means that I have to spend an extra $100 just to make sure that I can play Momentum at full power for the whole day. So if owning more than 1 or 2 lipos to power a single blaster is a problem for you, then maybe Momentum isn't the blaster that's meant for you. Here lies problem number 3 with momentum. The XT60 inside the grip. It's a huge pain in the butt to be able to plug the lipos into this tiny grip because the plug only comes up maybe like less than halfway out of the grip. So being able to fit the plug into the grip and being able to fit the battery into the grip isn't the most easy thing to do. I'm gonna try it on camera right now. Try it out, see. First you gotta line up the plug together and then so you can squeeze them in together. Okay, so let's see, once the contacts touch, you can kind of squeeze the battery in. All right, so battery's in now, and then it kind of takes some finagling, but you kind of just push the lipo in until it kind of fits. And fitting the battery in is kind of like fitting in a grenade. It makes me kind of nervous every time I push it in. But Eli Wu says that it should be fine no matter how hard you push it in. So there's the battery. Now the grip. Oh, let's just try to take it out again. Okay, so it fits in there. And then the cap goes over here. Fits that way. Then thumb screw. And ta-da! So now the battery is in the blaster. Now there have been updates to the grip where the grip has a cutout in the back. So when you take the thumb screw off, the entire back piece, the entire grip heel will come off and you can fit the battery in a lot easier. I'm also going to move on to issue number 4 that I have with momentum is that there is no power switch. There's a jog dial here. This is used to change the settings and put the blaster into sleep mode and to basically it's safety mode and to make it go into fire mode. So when it's green, it's in fire mode. And then when you hold it back, the jog dial, it'll turn red, meaning that it's in safe. And then once you hold it back again, it'll boot up. And that means it's on. And then to change the settings, it's pretty intuitive once you learn how to use it, but you push on the dial and that first changes the settings. So that's fire, and you can change up to 5 different settings. The middle one is rate of fire, and the third one changes the burst settings. And then once you lock it in, you can do it like that. So now it's in fire mode. So you can see, really responsive even at low power mode. And again, there's no kill switch, which I don't like. I would just hold back the jog dial here, and then it'll turn from green to red, and now it's in safety. The last and final issue that I have with momentum sometimes is not really a huge issue, but more of like a user error, is that sometimes when I use the blaster, sometimes I'll knock my blaster from semi into different fire modes like the burst or full auto. I don't think this is really much of a design flaw more than a user error, but it does happen to me from time to time. So after all those complaints that I gave, and after 2 years of heavy use, I can confidently say that I give Eli Wu's momentum a solid 90% rating, a really good A-. On the field, this blaster performs flawlessly. It performs the way I expect it to every single time, but it's only off the field when its flaws can be kind of annoying, but I don't think that they should diminish on how well this blaster performs on the field. If you're on the fence about getting yourself a momentum, I really hope that this video can help you make a decision. If you're able to afford one and you can look past its annoyances, momentum is a super solid blaster that will serve you well. It has served me well. It served me very well for the last 2 years, and it was 100% worth the price that I paid for. And if you buy yours at Out of Darts, I'm sure they'll take good care of you as they took care of me, though I do wish they allowed for some more customizations on the colors for the blaster. Thanks for watching.